Hello and welcome to the Sunshine State Major Practice Playing Critique. A whole bunch of words coming out of my mouth there. So we're about to get started with the pro season here. So this is great to be able to get into this. This field layout is pretty fantastic. I apologize to my snake players. I didn't get over to the snake side, but I play more Dorito and center for the Kings. So I didn't really get over to that snake side, but I will be doing my usual final thoughts breakdown. I can head over there. There's still some shots that people had on me that I can still tell you about. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this first point. So, like I said, I'm playing more of a kind of a center role, Dorito role. If you stay low, you really need to find a way of getting up to the center of this field. We found that it's super important to get up there. So I can't remember if this was the first or second day. I want to say this was probably the first day. Because this move isn't terrible to here. The issue is that it's too small of a gap. You can kind of see there. You can kind of see if the guy takes off, but unless you have paint there, but it's tough because.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah, it's tough because you're able to see when that guy leaves, but you also it's just going to be tough to be able to shoot him on the way out unless you already have paint in the air. But if he knows that pin that's right next to you, you see how I missed that shot? That's because like by the time they launch and you pull the trigger, it's just going to be a little bit too late. Now, staying here isn't necessarily the worst option because you do have this gap that's in there. It's going to be better if you got into that center structure. So, again, this was like the first time that we had gotten onto this layout. So, I was able to get those two kills. I should have been calling, actually, our call that the Dorito side was clear, but I can't use that as an excuse because it's, you get that blood in the water and you want to keep going, but should have been calling that. So this is all good stuff for me to be able to see here. So you can have some control, not some control. Well, I take that back. You can have good control from that tower, but getting up into the center is going to be better to cut things up. So making sure that you're, moving up the field and making sure that you're having that control. A lot of these gaps on the Dorito side can get cut up by this center, so that's why you want to have that presence in there. Same thing with the snake side too. You do have this shot onto the snake side. It's a little bit of a blind shot. That wing that I'm actually shooting over right there is what is it? We're going to be able to shoot the gap going into the snake. You can hear me talking and not shooting because I had a ball jam in my loader. I don't know if it got swollen or what. Maybe there was some sand on it or something. I don't know. But I'm just here talking. You can hear me communicating and, just saying snake once I saw the guy go in, and that was before I even, So anyway, so I'm able to eventually get my my loader. I had to stick my finger into the loader, push the ball in, and then shoot through, and everything's good now. So you can hear just talking with or listening.
Hey, where are we?
Actually, no, it's not bad because he could look over and see that I had switched over. It's not bad for me to say, okay, I got it or something like that. So filling into this wing, you do have some good shots on the Dorito side as well. It's just that you're going to, again, you see how small that gap is that you're looking through. So it's not going to be the most ideal, but at least here, it gives you that chance to move up into there. So I would say, to get up into this center structure. And then it was just this last guy. And again, I don't know. Oh, man, I really hate that I've done that twice now, that I haven't called that the side is clear. So moving out to this cake can be a little bit tough. There are going to be some good shots going out to there. If you dive straight in, you should be okay. But I think people are probably going to be able to do pretty well with getting that shot.
Yeah, Alpha
You really want to
rocket.
make sure that you hug that Dorito 1 as you're going into this Dorito 2, just so that way you're not showing anything extra. I think I was trying to do a bounce
Alpha
shot.
rocket.
I don't think
Hey, 200.
that it works. We knew about a guy in the center, and I think, yeah, this is the point. We knew about a guy in the center,
Red alert.
and he is going to be shooting that gap that I'm trying to get into.
Yeah. Hey, 300.
So they're moving up further on the Dorito side. The center let me move and get into here. Now what I should have done is actually I shoot this pin, and we figured it out afterwards. They actually came up and said that if it had worked, or if I had kept doing it, it would have worked. I am eventually going to shoot the that blue pin next to that wing. That bounce shot does go in pretty well. They had said the team that we were playing against was saying that if I had kept shooting that, it actually would have gone in. So I'm pulling 2 guns over my way. You can hear the bunker get hit, which isn't a bad thing. You know, I'm just talking, just, hey, Mingo, here's what it is. Mingo was the other guy that was, he's the sock hat guy on the Kings. And I think, is it here? Yeah. So you can see in my brain, it's like, oh, let me try this. And there was something that kind of told me, like, I'm going to come off of this. But I actually should have kept shooting that, and it would have worked. Now, I think they get into our snake or something like that. Ended up shooting me in the side. Yeah. So be it. If I had kept shooting that pin, though, I'm relatively protected, and I'm able to still get paint in the air, and maybe even get up into that 50 brick and wrap on the guy. This actually wasn't the greatest. It's not terrible to come to this Dorito. It's just that I can't do as much support. So actually looking back, I think getting wide, I don't think they had anyone. Yeah, I don't think they had anyone wide on the Dorito side. Again, I really hate that I'm dropping the ball on this. I really don't like this, actually, going back and seeing this. So this is something I'm going to make sure I fix for this next weekend, is calling that side is clear. We had that whole side. I don't remember if I shot the guy or what. It doesn't matter, because we were able to get those eliminations on the Dorito side, and I shot through, and then it's just the last player in the snake corner. I think I'd shot the insert into the snake, and then it was just a matter of just closing out the point here. So it would have been better for me to be calling that. I really don't like that. So, all right, but again, guys, this is stuff that it helps me just as much to go back and watch this, as hopefully it helps you guys watching it. Now, the weird delay that I did, this was on purpose. We wanted to try to go to this 50 brick off the break. If you watch the paint, it's absolutely possible. I'm not as fast as, you know, like Carter on our team, or Connor, or Mingo, but yeah, I've been working out. I'm still on that Patty Gleason workout, right? So, but yeah, that weird delay, I was trying to make it look like I was going to run and gun out to that cake, but I think it slowed me down a little bit. I don't think it helped. Now, the bad thing was that we actually didn't know that we had shot that right wing. He freaked me out, because when I dove in, he saw me, and I don't mind that with this type of a play. I don't mind it being that they know that I'm here. It's not necessarily a bad thing if I can pull guns this way, because it might free up our Dorito side or someone coming up through the center. So I'm just trying to see, okay, what is it that's happening, and just trying to. I think I turned my gun here. Just no, maybe not. Yeah, so once I was making sure that Dan had my tape, you can see him right there in the center. I know no one's going to run me down. So I can stay inside. I don't have to worry about someone running me down. And I can focus on even kind of protecting him as well. And then you can hear me talking with, I think it was Mingo behind me, just saying, like, yeah, we have this guy looking this way. You know, Dan's looking this way.
Hey, Dan, I think he's on the snake side.
It actually was a good thing.
No.
It actually was a good thing.
He's in the China.
That
he's posted snake way. I don't see him.
that we didn't send Dan. He actually talked about it afterwards.
Hey, Dan, can you go get the China?
You can hear me saying I want you to go through and go
Can you
get
go
that
get the
guy.
China? Mingo can... Ming... Dan, can you get the China?
See, and then once Dan said that that guy was on the inside,
you said he's on the inside, Dan?
you can hear that I
Who's
kind of
shooting
registered
my
like,
way?
oh, there we go, and I'm able to come out and post and wait for that that guy that was in the little Dorito. We actually were playing ourselves, so I'm able to shoot him there.
Kill the 200!
And then wrap.
What
So we
else?
were able to put good pressure on him to force him to have to try to come out.
Talk to
Sorry,
me.
Jim.
Hey,
But
Kill the 200!
so yeah, so then they were saying, you know, kill this, whatever. I really don't like that. As a team, I don't think that we're calling those tapes are clear or, you know, other things like that.
All right, 100!
So
100, what else?
I was playing the one as well on the Dorito side here.
Alright, Alpha.
You really,
Have you
on
got
this
my
field,
tape?
you really have to go in hard
Hey, do you have my tape?
into these different bunkers, especially on the Dorito side, just because, not that you shouldn't be going hard and like diving in real hard into them in general, it's just that on this field with the way that the centers can shoot a bunch of those gaps, it makes it real difficult to make those bumps. And I think this is one, I don't remember if this is one that I make a mistake that I wanted to show you all, so that way you can learn from my mistake.
300!
So you can hear me just talking. I guess I could be shooting my gun a little bit more.
Hey, Mingo, 300!
Yeah, just trying to call out different names.
Dan! Alright, I just want to make sure you still got me.
Yeah, so you can hear me like, hey Dan, you know, you got me here, and you can hopefully you can hear him go, yeah. So
No, the Alpha's staying this way.
you want to make sure that you have that kind of communication, so that way you're able to. I'm trying to get a bounce shot here. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know if it works.
Hey, Alpha,
I don't think it was
300.
catching any. It wasn't. I think it was skipping close to the guy, but it wasn't anything that was enough to really like
Hey,
make
kill
him
one.
real uncomfortable.
Kill one from the snake side.
So
Hey, kill the gun.
it's, I guess, a possibility.
Hey, 3's down the tape, Dan. Yeah, 3's down the tape.
So you can
Dan,
just
on
hear
the
that,
inside, bud.
telling him where it is that I'm shooting, things like that.
Hey, Dan, 3's down the tape. Hey, danger.
Is this?
Danger, Dan. Hey, no, he's still in the 3.
So just confirming that that player is in that certain bunker
Hey,
that
Dan.
I was calling out.
All right, 400.
So I wonder, actually, because he was there, I'm thinking.
All right, let's go. Righty.
Okay,
righty.
yeah. So I couldn't actually go because there was the guy in the center.
Hey, kill the 5.
So this actually freed me up. The guy tried to come through. I don't know if this bounce shot or if maybe
Hey,
it might have
kill
been
the
Chewy
righty.
that killed
Hey, 300.
the center guy.
Hey, we lost Dan.
So this was yeah, this was we had killed the first guy that came through, and then this next guy.
Get out. Hey, kill the home.
Yeah, so I think we had eliminated out the other player on the Dorito side. But anyways, yeah, sorry, I'm trying to talk and do this. I've been up in the booth before. It's not necessarily easy, but you can see what I mean about like just taking what's given to you,
Hey, 200.
making sure that you're going in hard,
Hey,
and making
200.
sure that you are
Hey, kill the 200.
really going in. Now, once we shot that Dorito, I was able to wrap a little bit more. Did I shoot? I think I was getting close to shooting him in the foot. What I should have done, and this is definitely the one that I make the mistake in, I'm going to get up into this 50 brick. I should have made this move sooner, probably. Once they give it to me, I come through, and they had actually filled out the Dorito side, so that's why I dove back in. I should have not come up over the top. I should have just come out the side, and I got shot over the top. Really dumb mistake. I'm glad that it happened at practice and I can learn from it, but instead of going and shooting out the side where I'm going to be protected, I went up over the top. I had called this that money is what we're saying. That's the code I was saying. I was calling that bunker as I was kind of diving in. I saw him there. You want to make sure that you're doing that. Don't get tunnel vision. I know I can even still have this issue sometimes where you're like, oh, I'm gonna shoot, and just kind of then I'll call the guy. Well, what if he shoots one of your teammates in that time frame? Well, that's your fault now. So you want to make sure that you're calling what you see when you see it. You can hear me just talking with my teammates like, hey, I got pressure from the inside. I don't know if it's someone that is shooting from the middle of the field, or maybe it's from that tower. So, you know, at least that way we can kind of know what's going on.
Hey, money filled.
So I think, yeah, so I did shoot the first guy that went in there, and then I shoot this other guy. Yeah, it was kind of confusing because the way that the first one backed out, I didn't know if he was filling back to the back center or what, but actually I did eliminate him, and then I ended up shooting this other player. Which I can't remember who it was that was stopping me on the outside move. It might have been the left wing. Because again, remember, they have those real good shots inside there. So you really need to make sure that when you're moving up this field that you like quadruple check that there's no one in there. Because you can kind of tuck in and get lost.
Get out! Kill the money!
So once I was able to eliminate that person, you can hear me saying that, hey, this guy is keeping me in. You know, he's doing this, whatever. That can actually, on the snake side, has a good shot into the Dorito side. It's a further shot. It's the only downside. But at least you can get someone there to start putting pressure onto that Dorito side. So me shooting that player is a good thing. And then there was someone else that was keeping me in. And then once they let me go, I was able to get up. And then they ended up blowing it because I think there was only one guy left on like 1-on-4 or something like that. Okay, so this one, once you get dominant, you really want to make sure that you stay on your gun. That's just paintball in general, but especially with that cake, you want to make sure that you can get dominant. Sorry, that's the can shot that I was talking about, where I was talking as I was diving in. So I'm just telling, you know, exactly what I see. And that was the game. So we were able to close that one out pretty quick. So ultimately, guys, playing this field, the snake can be kind of difficult to get into, but really take advantage of whatever is given to you on both sides. But especially the snake, there's some good shots that you can get, especially if they haven't gotten into a spot that can stop you from moving up. But on the Dorito side, you really want to make sure that you check off the center. But the way that you're going to be stopping either of those sides is getting yourself in a good position in the center. So that way you can chop those guys up as they try to move up the field. So hopefully this is something that helps you guys out. I get to learn from these. So it's good to, obviously it's good to go back and see the good, bad, and ugly. So I can see what I need to change for the next practice. But yeah, so I'll be doing my usual final thoughts on the layout. And I will see you guys in the next video. But as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.